Hello, my friends. Welcome back to video 2 of our Heart Chakra Self-Care class. So in video 1, we did an outline of everything that we are going to be covering: body, mind, and soul, energy healing, self-care tools. And so the first part of this class, I really love to dive into the emotions that we carry within this area. There's so many beautiful emotions that we can be feeling when we feel empowered and like we can share our voice. And there's also some different heavier emotional baggage that we can carry within this area. Like I said, you can feel total tension within this area and imbalance. And so really it's diving into emotions and that they're energy and there's something that we do carry. So we're going to go into emotions and we're going to cover one of our very first tools. One of the very first tools that I always go to grab, because I don't always have time to massage and stretch and all that, but I do have time to carry essential oils with me. And so I use essential oils to kind of really pause, even if it's just for a few seconds, even just for a minute, and like able to like really connect to what I'm feeling or thinking or holding, and really use them to kind of bless wherever I'm at. So like it's a huge part of my spiritual practice and my emotional self-care practice. And so before I dive into what oils I use, I do want to share a wonderful reference to you with you. I share this with all of the self-care series classes, and it's one of the most powerful books that I found. It's by Carolyn Mine. It's Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. This book will go through practically every emotion that you can feel, finding the other side. Like if you're feeling let's see, what's a good one? If you're feeling self-pity, the other side is feeling secure. And the way out is really harnessing the mantra, I am secure, I am safe, I am loved. And you can use the oil cardamom, and then it tells you the alarm point where you can place it on your body. And it even gives you a little chart. So any emotion that you are feeling, you can take this book and really try to find the way out and really empower ourselves to be able to follow the silver lining and really take those tough things that we experience and are feeling and be able to like really find our power and don't leave us stuck in that space. And a lot of times we can get so triggered through life, especially if we have traumatic past or emotional baggage. Life can just continue to re-trigger us, or sometimes we'll have a different, like a record in our head where, you know, it's just the same conversation over and over, where our mind just kind of just takes control, and it's not serving our heart. It's actually causing us trouble by being a critic within our head. So oils is a great tactile tool to be able to reprogram that self-talk. But another amazing cool aspect with energetic healing is that if you have, I use Young Living essential oils, and the reason why I have chosen that brand, like I said, I was a massage therapist for 10 years, and I've used every oil, and I've chosen to stick with Young Living because they are the most powerful, pure, beyond organic plant matter on the planet. They are pretty much Mother Earth DNA. And so if we're talking about emotions being energy and everything being energy, like I said, from those beautiful curtains behind me and this wonderful cabinet to the mist coming out of my diffuser, to clouds, to all of our physiological processes, everything in this world is energy. And so if we're looking at emotions as energy, we have to kind of define them in different degrees of energy and vibration. And so if we're looking at emotions as vibration, our lower emotions like grief and sadness and self-loathing, all of those emotions have a lower frequency vibrations. They feel heavier within us. Like they can get trapped within our bodies and within our being so much easier because they just are sluggish and slower moving molecules. And so if you have emotions like happiness or elation or pleasure, all of that is a higher vibration, and those are like are able to kind of be expressed and released easier. But those lower emotions tend to lay in our body. So tying in essential oils as energy healing tools. If you take Mother Earth plant matter, and if it's pure, the vibration of plants is so much higher than our physical beings, than our energetic body, like the energy in our aura and how we're processing all of these energies within our chakra system. So if you take plant matter, say like Young Living has the highest vibrational frequency plant matter on the planet. So if you take a healthy human body and you're relatively healthy mentally, emotionally, physically, the vibrational frequency of a healthy human body is between 68 and 72 gigahertz. If you take, say, one of these powerful essential oils, like Northern Lights Black Spruce, I mean, some of these oils are like hundreds of megahertz. That's how much higher of a frequency they are than our own physical body. So whether there's a few different ways you can use oils, whether it's like smelling them and having them integrate within your body internally through smelling, diffusing, or blessing and anointing yourself, applying them to your skin to be absorbed. Sometimes you can take them internally. Young Living is the only brand that I would recommend taking internally. You can put them in veggie capsules or cook with them. They are that pure and that pristine and that safe to be able to internally ingest them. There's different guidelines on how to do that. But so there's different ways to get those oils within and on your body. And so what happens is that your body's homeostasis, like your vibration, tries to kind of meet up to where that vibration of that plant is. It kind of brings it up and out. And so the first time I ever really understood the power of emotions with oils was actually recently. I've been using oils for spiritual and emotional support, but I was in a pretty healthy state. And so like I tried to integrate them within my women's spiritual mentoring, and they were wonderful. But I had a huge setback this summer where my grandma passed away, and I was experiencing such intense, heavy grief. It's like I forgot that how grief can just be so physical. And so I took I don't have it with me. I took the blend Sarah, which is specifically for emotional healing and trauma. And so I took the blend Sarah and I rubbed it into my hands and I smelled it. And, you know, I've been crying and I had all this pain here in my chest, and I could almost like pinpoint within my heart chakra where I felt that grief. And so I was being triggered and I was missing my grandma, and I placed that oil within my hands and I smelled it. And one of the most powerful things happened. I felt that pain and that physical energy within my body. As I breathed in that oil, it was almost like that plant angel, that plant spirit, that the plant molecules from the essential oil, I could actually feel it, literally feel it, like leave out of this area of my body. It was like the most magical thing ever. And it made me really know the depth of what essential oils can do to help us within our healing processes, and really learning to love us, and that energetically they are great companions with energy healing and what we're working on. And so that is why I love Young Living. If you do want to get started with oils, I recommend starting with their starter kit. They have a beautiful starter kit with 12 different oils to kind of support you body, mind, soul, even helping to clean your house and all that. Like, they really help with our physical health and health and wellness. And it also comes with a diffuser. But there's also some emotional oils that we'll be talking about that you can use today for your throat chakra within here. And so that's a great way to get started. Cheap and effective. You save like over $200 when you get the starter kit. And I will send some different links on how to get your essential oils, and I'll help you get started. But let's talk about the emotions within our throat chakra. Now that we've acknowledged that emotions are energy and they can get stored within us, and how it's important to release them. They affect our muscles, they affect our organs, everything. Emotions affect everything, and how to release them. And so let's talk about healthy emotions of your throat chakra. So when we have a healthy throat chakra, we feel like our voice and our truths are coming out, like we're freely able to share them, that we have like community and soul family and different places, whether it's our workplace or our home or our community, where we can share our voice and it feels heard. We feel like we can sing, like we have our song, like we can identify with our voice within life and what our truth is, like we're releasing our song. And a lot of times I've heard, like with shamanic medicine, that one of the first things that shamans will ask when you are feeling physically ill is like, when was the last time you sang? Like that, like our song is literally like our voice and that vibration taking form into this world. So like, what is your relationship to even singing, even if it's in the shower? Like, let your voice out, like your relationship to your song. That is a healthy emotion within our heart chakra, and how we feel about our own voice and singing. And like I said, you feel heard, like you can hear others. And also, if you feel like calm and confident when you share. I know that some of us can have a really hard time with public speaking and all that. And that is like, it's a struggle for me. Even doing these videos is a struggle for me. And a lot of times I'll even use oils, like Valor is in the starter kit, and that's about courage and just totally being able to harness the courage to share that voice and believing that it's going to be heard and feel like it's going to be honored. And sometimes we might not have that, but really just learning to own our own voice, which we're going to be covering a lot in this class. So I'm going to pause here. We dived into our first tool. This video 3, we're going to dive into the imbalances of some of those emotions, like feeling injustice, lashing out, fear of speaking out, feeling argumentative, like feeling like critical of ourselves. So those are some of the imbalances of our throat chakra. So we're going to dive into those, how to use the essential oils, and how to really reprogram our self-talk. So that's going to be in video 3. So stay with me and just scroll down and totally catch up on video 3. And I want you to, before you pop back on, I really want you to maybe get a piece of paper and really identify your views on your voice. Maybe identify some times where you feel like you haven't had a voice, or times where you just feel like, oh, you're just keeping it in, and like maybe you might have some energy trapped in your body. Maybe ask yourself what your neck and all that feels like. And really just kind of do some little bit of dirty work of like really trying to identify some of your emotional baggage and some of the energy you might be holding. And let's try to reprogram some of those old beliefs and some of that emotional baggage. So join me in video 3 after you do that, and I'll lead you through it, my friends. We'll do that, and we'll do some mantras and really reprogramming. We'll use the oils. And then after that, we're going to be doing some anatomy and massage techniques and reflexology. We're going to be grounding it in our body. And lastly, we'll be doing that meditation to really like bless it and seal it all up. So stay with me, turn into video 3, and I will talk to you soon.